Okay, now she's on.
Okay.
You should be picking up pretty soon. Nobody on yet. You got your ear plug? My phone just went off. Bev's looking for us. Any bets? Any bets?
Nothing yet.
Are you folks on? Just got on. We have 2.
I can't tell if it's turning up. So.
Can you text Bev and see if she can? Oh, okay.
I wrote, we're having trouble. We're working on the sound. Can you hear us?
Oh, Brenda's giving a thumbs up. Does that mean you can hear us or hear me? Okay. All right. So we've got picture. We've got sound. Sounds like.
You have a few comments saying they can't hear you, but I can now.
Okay, so maybe that was. I left one of the earbuds in the case, so that could be. Now they're both out.
Okay, now people can hear you.
Okay, excellent. So welcome. I want to apologize for being late. We had some last minute things that we wanted to share with you. So I've been here since before dawn, and the girls and I have been working on getting everything ready so that we could show you. So that's why we were a couple minutes late. So welcome. And while we're waiting for other friends to join, I almost said gals. And it usually is gals, but not always. And we would not be opposed to men being here too. So friends.
Carrie Plummer Standish has a snow day today.
Oh, Carrie has a snow day? That's why. That's why.
That's why you got the...
So, so we got I was telling Irene's a former teacher, and we got a notification today on my phone that said that school is delayed. And I'm like, there's no school this week, so how are they delaying it? But maybe Carrie can shed some light on that and tell us that it has to do with BOCES staff or even like staff that goes in during breaks. I don't know. I also want to let you know I can feel a sneeze coming. Excellent. Well, I haven't looked at it since that because that was weird. Oh, and Brenda's saying Molly is supposed to be working this week too, so that must be why. Yeah. Okay. So, I just wanted to share a little something with you all. This is I'm going to plug a local business. This is a Yeti. I don't know how many, see, it's got the Yeti on it. I hope I'm allowed to promote Yeti on here. Sure I am. So this is a Yeti, and if you look at it, you can see how wonderfully my hand fits around it. And I was in the local Ace Hardware several weeks ago, and my Sarah, who's 16, and I were so excited because we have Yetis, and they're like this big around. And it's kind of like nerve-wracking to try to carry it because our hands aren't big enough to wrap around it very well, and we're always afraid we're going to drop our Yeti. So they had these. Irene's laughing at me. I want you to comment if you think this is a good idea, because Irene is mocking me right now. So we found these at the hardware store, and we love them. They don't hold as much coffee, but who needs 20 ounces of coffee? So, and I was at Ace yesterday, and they're still there, and they were on sale. So if you like a Yeti, but you don't like the big fat ones, they have skinny Yetis at Ace. So there's my public service announcement for Ace Hardware down the street, who is super helpful, by the way. Maybe that's why their jingle is about being helpful. But anyway, all right. So now Irene's singing the jingle. The jingle, not the jungle. All right. So we've got a lot to share with you today. And some things are super fun and other things are also super fun. We have a fun day. So we wanted to start out. By the way, for those of you who were ready to tune in last night, I'm so sorry that we weren't here. But nobody wanted to drive back into town at 6:30 when the snow was blowing and the roads were slippery. So we are going to, I think we are.
They're here.
Okay. Irene says they're here. We are going to do a fabric frenzy at the end of today. So stay tuned if you're interested in that. But we just didn't want to come in yesterday. So the featured fabric, though, is featured in this block. How's that view, Irene? Is that good? Okay. So this is a block that I created. Yes, I can still sew at retreat last time we went. This is from the Candy Logs pattern. And these fabrics, which are also featured in these fat quarter bundles, are from the Wild Meadow line. And they are just so luscious. We have fat quarter bundles, and we also have layer cakes. So beautiful. And these have a great mix of purples and maybe a fuchsia, magenta color, and then some pinks and some greens. And we also have some of the fabric on the bolt. So I wanted to show you. This is one of the fuchsias. And these are $12.99 per yard. So these are from Moda. They go together really well. There's not a lot of fraying issues. That's the pink with the large scale floral. This is the cream background with those sweet little round flowers on them. Or, yeah, maybe they're berries. Irene says, aren't they berries? Yep. Yep, they're berries. And this is, this green is like, it's like a yellow green, not limey, but it's a nice, soft spring green. Irene is saying where she has it right now is a good true representation of the color as she's looking through the phone. So there's that one, and then there's the purple, which Irene's going to hold up. And that's the main fabric in that Candy Logs quilt that I'm building. Yep, that's running low, Irene says. This one is a nice big floral with that creamy background. Yep. And then Irene's going to hold up the actual background, which is a nice cream with a little bit of white. So it's like a white on cream print. Yep. And then there's a one with a purple background and pink berries, that same green. And then the last one is the, I don't know if it's a magenta or a fuchsia or, but that's a nice calm blender. All the other ones are kind of busy, but this one is nice and calm. And we have those on display in the shop. And we also have them on the website. So if you go to the Facebook Live tab on the website, you will see that those are all right there. You can check them out closer. So someone's asking for a picture of the pattern, and that's why we're late, because we were running around the shop looking for the pattern, and we didn't find it in time. So there should be a pattern on the website, a picture of it, and we also, it's here, we just can't find it. So, and it's called Candy Logs. Yeah, so sorry about that. We really wanted to have it for you, but we didn't. So that is all for the Wild Meadow line. It's called Wild Meadow from Moda, and it was created by Sweet Fire Road, which is one of the Moda designers. So we wanted to share that with you, and now Irene has a couple of demos for you. So I'm going to take my itty bitty coffee cup and move out of the way. Just these two. Yep. Oh, yeah. Yeah, here we go. A little discombobulated today. With the weather does that to me. So, what we thought, we had a couple of requests to talk about the purple fang. I don't know if you can see this. Hang on. I learned this trick when I was in training to put something white behind it. Okay? And my purple fang. Yes. One of the reasons we wanted to show. All right. Two things. Well, here, take that too so they can see it. Because your camera won't focus if I'm in the picture. So you got to cut me out, which I'm used to. Don't worry. The purple thing is really helpful. You'll notice there are two different ends. There's the little square end, and there is the little semi-pointed end, and it's angled on the pointed end. You'll also notice there's a slit hole in the middle of it. And what that's for, if you so choose, is to put a ribbon through it and then put it around your neck so you know where it is. Because it's very easy to lose it. Okay? The only thing you need to be careful of whenever I put something around my neck that I don't smack myself in the face with it, because I'll use it and then, yeah, don't put a elastic one on it because it'll come back and whack you in the face. I did that with a seam ripper once. It wasn't pretty. So, the other thing you need to know is this little end right there is exactly 1/4 of an inch. So that is a measurement for you as you're pushing it through on the sewing machine. That's your 1/4 inch. This is more of a stiletto type, and notice it's curved. So you can push stuff through into your machine. But if you have an open and you want to make sure you're doing 1/4 of an inch, I'm holding it up and no one can see it. 1/4 of an inch, that's your 1/4 of an inch. Or if you just want to measure your 1/4 of an inch and see if it's being good, then you can use that. I use these a lot. I will warn you that they're plastic. Okay? I have a couple of them and they have holes in the end of this little square because I sewed it. It didn't break my needle though, so that's the good news, but it looked kind of funny on the piece I was trying to do. So, keep that in mind. But again, use to push through your machine if you want to keep your fingers away from that needle, which is always a good thing. And measure your 1/4 inch. Okay, and then you can put a ribbon through it and wear it around your neck as a fashion statement. Okay, so that's our purple thing. And I love the purple thing. The only thing I dislike about the purple thing is that it's gone up in price. So ladies, I would get one while you can, because who knows what's going to happen. Okay, so we have some of those here in the store. The other thing, one of the other things I want to show you is strip stick. And we talked about this at Second Saturday Sampler. Okay?
We also talked about it at the last Facebook Live.
Oh, and we talked about it at the last Facebook Live too. See, we do them so often I lose track. Literally strip stick. That's what it says. And they come in multiple sizes. We have here in the store this one, which is 18 inches. That's $11.49. And then the one like mine, which is like mine. I don't know. How big is this? It's mini. It's a mini strip. It's 9 inches. Okay, I keep this right in my kit. Actually, I have more than one of them. I know that surprises you. And I keep them in both kits. Actually, I think I have 3 of them because I have one at home too. So anyway, they're handy. They're very handy. So this one is $9.49. And believe it or not, they come big. I'm doing a test quilt for Tina. If you're on Tina, hi, I'm almost done. I've got 2 borders left, 2 sides. That's it. And I needed it because it's put together on a diagonal. So there's a great big long one to open up that whole seam. It's awesome. Brenda and I were talking about this. I'm sure there's a scientific reason it works, but I don't know what it is. But it works. And I now can't rob banks. Because before I could rob banks because I kept burning off my fingertips and all my fingerprints. But now I can't because now my fingerprints are protected and grown back. I don't know if they grow back. All right, strip stick. Let's show you how it actually works. Okay.
Oops, sorry.
Tara was kind enough to put together a piece for me because I forgot. So, what you do, see how your seam is sticking up here. Okay, so I'm laying it over the center. Now, normally when this is flat, you got your iron in there and it's really difficult. Is this on?
Yep.
Is it like good on?
Yep.
Okay. All right, so what you do is by pushing down just a little, don't too much. And if you're using a lot of, bias, be careful. All right, and get it started. And then you can, and it just opens up for you without getting your fingers in the way. And what I do then is I flip it over, press it flat because it's going to be a little wobbly, and it's perfect. Nice flat seam, except I just flipped it wrong. Okay? I love the strip stick. I use it all the time. All the time. All right. So, if you have a ton of these to do, like let's say she had, because that's the middle log that we're working on. Let's say she had 10 or 15. If you have a long one, what I do is I line them up. And then when it's time to iron, I can just keep going all the way down through. I did 1-inch half square triangles once for a quilt, never again. But I lined them all up. And then I could just go right down through them. Okay? All right, the last thing I'm going to show you. I'm trying to fix this. Hang on. There, we'll flatten it. All right, let's say, oh darn, I put the wrong piece on. Okay? You all have rippers. But do you have the jaws of life? That's what I call this. It looks vicious. Okay, where's my little white paper? Look how vicious this thing is. It looks like a shark. Oh, Brenda called me dramatic. I don't know why. So what you can do is get it started. All right? And I'm starting it by turning it a little bit sideways. Who's picking on me? Okay, gotta get it started. And get those jaws of life in there. There we go. This really works well on paper piecing. If you put a seam together wrong for paper piecing. And you just keep sawing away. Let the jaws of life do their thing. And I can't hang on to these. I got fat fingers today. And you just keep going. Okay? Once you get it flat, there, we can just do.
And it's just, ta-da, and it's all done. You got thread boogers there you got to get rid of, but hey, you always do. And then you get rid of all those. And notice, I did not cut my fabric. Okay? I did not hurt it in any way, shape, or form. I have extra threads everywhere. So, the dreaded Jaws of Life. We have 2 of them available at the store. And this one's mine. We have a purple one and a pink one. And we are going to offer them later. You'll see it. I lost the page. Okay. So that, and then, and it comes with this lovely cap so you don't stick your hand in trying to find it and cut cause don't ask me how I know. So make sure you hang on to the cap and then put it right back on because it's vicious. Okay. I call it the Jaws of Life for a reason. Okay. All right. Thank you very much. This, demo has been brought to you by Town and Country Quilt Shop. Thank you. Are you up? I don't even know who's next. And I lost the page. I'm telling you, I am like mega discombobulated this morning. Like mega. This weather. I will never own another front wheel drive, oh my gosh, vehicle as long as I live. Okay? All right. Bye. That's not it, but that's okay.
Isn't it?
No. Oh.
2:23?
Oh yeah, it is. You can
Oops, you were supposed to talk about this too.
Okay, I can talk.
I can do it. I'm already plugged. My
You're
ears
already
already
plugged
plugged in. So, is anyone else having a day? Or maybe a month? I feel like we're in the season before the sunshine, and we're all feeling it. I don't know if anyone else is. I'd love to have you comment if you're feeling a little out of sorts because of our vitamin D deficiency. But I am. And I even have vitamins, and I'm not even taking those.
I do, but I'm still deficient.
Yeah. Okay, so Irene showed you our demos, and hopefully you will find some value in those and some tools that you can help make your quilting life easier, or sewing if you're not a quilter. And we wanted to talk about some things that are coming up. And Irene, I forgot to take down your Hunter Star thing. Do you want to take it down so we can? Yeah. So one of our next classes that's coming up is the Hunter Star Table Runner that Irene has made and is going to teach. And we've talked about it before, but we just want to remind you, I think this is the last Facebook Live before it happens.
Yes, it's Saturday.
Because it's coming up on Saturday. But it's called the Hunter Star Table Runner, and it uses the Hunter Star Rapid Fire tool. Is that right? Petite tool.
This one's petite.
Yeah. So this is one of the Studio A techniques where you learn how to create these Hunter Stars with a tool, which improves accuracy and efficiency in piecing. And the points turn out perfect, as you can see. Irene's got some perfect points here. So if you're interested in a quick table runner, this class is scheduled for Saturday. Saturday, February 25th from 9 a.m. to 3 p.m. And the cost is $45. And, maybe you can get some friends together and come on out and take the class. Speaking of getting friends together and sewing, we also have our social sewing, which is like a little one-day mini retreat where you can get together with some friends and bring them out. Our next one is scheduled for March 3rd. And then the one after that is the following first Friday of the month, which is April 7th. So if you aren't going to be able to go on a retreat, or you just want to have some time to do your cutting on getting ready for a retreat, or you just want to get together with some friends that you haven't spent some time with, our classroom is open and there's room for 8, although we don't need to have 8. And you can pay $15 for the class, the social sewing, and then get a $5 voucher for the shop if you need some thread or whatever. So those are coming up. Someone is asking if it's on Good Friday in April, and yes, it is on that Friday, on the 7th. Yep. Okay, so the other class that we wanted to let you know about, for those of you who were tuned in last Thursday when we did our demo on the Lemoyne Star, the Rapid Fire Lemoyne Star tool, there is a Tucker University class for that. Now, Tucker University is a repeating class, it's like a course, a series of classes, but it's not something that you have to take the first 2 to take the next 4 or whatever. It's just you can come in and out of it. And Irene is offering a full class for that Rapid Fire Lemoyne Star tool. And also, there's a technique sheet that's involved that teaches you all of those variations that she showed with the Liberty Lemoyne and the...
Which won't be offered at this class. This class is the basic Lemoyne, the basic Lemoyne, and then there's 2 more classes that do the tech sheets.
Oh, okay. So Irene's correcting me. I was mistaken. This class, the first class, which is on the 16th of March, is just the basic Lemoyne, and then there are 2 classes following that are focused on the other variations that we saw. So my apologies for making a mistake on that. Okay, so another announcement that we have is retreat is coming up March 9th. We've had a lot of gals coming in, getting their project bags and their iron cases. And were you going to say something, Irene?
I need to know because I have to send in my meals for tomorrow.
Okay, so the deadline to sign up for that retreat is tomorrow, Friday, tomorrow. What's the date tomorrow? The 24th?
Day after today.
The day after today. So February 24th is the deadline. So if you're on the fence and you're not sure if you want to come, you need to decide by tomorrow. So let Irene know or let the shop know, and that is the deadline. So I hope you all decide to go because it's really, really fun, and it's a great way to ask people who have a higher skill level than you do about how to do something, or help people who have a lower skill level than you, which is also super gratifying. So we hope you come and enjoy the 3 or 4 days and the yummy food and get out of the weather. So you are all welcome. All right, so the other thing I wanted to announce is we do something called Skinny Bolt Saturday. That happens on the very last Saturday of the month. And this month, the last Saturday is going to be this coming Saturday, the 25th. So what that means is that if you come in and you find a bolt that you want to purchase the rest of, then you'll get 20% off the whole piece of fabric, whatever you're purchasing. So that's just a little bonus day that we do. And, then I have one more thing that I wanted to talk about. So we've been noticing a trend, like if you're on Instagram or Facebook, or if you're paying attention to, or even if you get magazines, if you're paying attention to things that are happening out in the quilting world, one of the trends, and I'm sure you've noticed it too, is called a sew-along. And what happens with a sew-along is that everyone who is participating works with one pattern, and someone leads it. And someone is usually the designer, sometimes just a gal like me who wants to do a pattern together with a bunch of people. It's an opportunity to pick up some tips and tricks, kind of like what we do here when we're showing you, the strip stick or whatever. And it's also, this one piqued my interest because it's called, what is it called? I have a picture. It is called the Scrappy Celebration Quilt. So Irene's going to hold this up for you. And this sew-along is sponsored by American Patchwork and Quilting. So if you get that magazine, you can probably find it in there. It's in the April issue that hit newsstands on February 6th. And promptly left newsstands in our area because I can't find it anywhere. So some of you have got it in your mailbox though. And the pattern is called Scrappy Celebration. And it is written by a woman by the name of Lisa Alexander. And some of you may have heard of her, and she's known as Moda Lisa. She's a designer for Moda. She writes books and patterns, and she's going to be hosting this Scrappy Celebration sew-along on her blog, and we will have a link to find that if you're interested. And what I love about this is I love the different kinds of blocks. I want to hold it up. I mean, it doesn't need to be that close, but there's different kinds of blocks, and there's a huge, like, 9-patch theme going on. There's really big 9 patches, and then there's little tiny 9 patches. And I'm a fan of traditional blocks, so I really love this idea, and I would really love to dip into my stash and make this quilt. And that's what this is about. It's about using up all those fabrics that you bought who knows when for who knows what, and you just want to have an opportunity to use them up. So that's another thing that I really liked about this program. It began actually February 20th. And so February 20th was a couple of days ago, Monday. And so this week, between February 20th and 25th, is the time when you're doing fabric pulls. Excuse me. So we have the patterns here. They're also in the magazine if you have it. But we have the patterns available, and you can purchase them online. And this is what the beginning of the pattern looks like. And it has a list of what you're going to need for this quilt, which all patterns usually do, a little supply list. And so this week what they're doing is fabric pulls. And I'm just going to read the first couple. You need 1 1/4 yard total assorted pink prints, and then 2 3/4 yards total assorted white prints, and that would be the background, etc. And it goes down and it tells you like what the total is. It doesn't tell you that you need 3 fat quarters or whatever. It's just an assortment. And so what we thought we would do, this is hot. No, I just don't want to touch it. So what we thought we would do is put together some bundles for you. This is what we're calling the Scrap Celebration color bundle, and this is what we're calling the Scrap Celebration background bundle. These are bundles of fat 8s, so they're not very big, the pieces, and there's one style for the backgrounds and then one style for the colors. And what you're going to notice is if you look at, I'm going to wait until Irene has shown you those because those are so beautiful.
I'm blocking your face.
Yeah.
They're so
So if you look at this pattern, you'll see that these colors that they use are different than the colors that we have here. And that's by design. This is going to be your inspiration if your stash is very bright and you have a lot of white on white and a lot of bright colors. And then we're hoping that this can be your inspiration. There's someone peeping in the window. It's Catherine. You want to see if she wants to come in? Oh, nope. She says she'll be back. Sorry. We have a literal peeping Tom in our window. Anyway. So I'm getting a question, is there going to be enough fabric for the whole quilt? Yes, there can be. So we've got this bundle, and if you buy just these bundles, then this can be like a springboard for going into your stash. If you use these and you pair some other colors from your stash, then this will add some continuity. But also, if you were to buy 2 of these, you would have all of the colors, all of the colored requirements that you need. And then if you bought 2 of these, you had all of the backgrounds. So it could be either. It could be you buy enough to make the whole quilt top, or it could be that you buy some so that you can use up some of your scraps. So we thought this would be a fun idea of adding a different sort of colorway, because I know a lot of people, a lot of times, will look at a pattern and we're like, oh, I don't want to do that pattern because we don't like the color. But we can always change the color. So this is our way of sort of changing this to be a different colorway for you. And then next week, on the 25th, 26th, 27th, 28th, right? No, the 27th would be Monday. Lisa Alexander is going to start something else. I don't know what the second week is, but this week is fabric pulls, and we're going to put up a link to the blog so that you can find that if you want to do that. And we may, if we have enough interest, we may even do some social sewing where people can come in and work on this together. So, but we need you to let us know if you want to do that. So, yes, and this is every week, and I do not know what is going to happen each week. I don't know of anyone except for the people who are in charge of it know. But I know that this is happening this week, so we're going to give you an opportunity to get some bundles if you want. Or if you just want to purchase and you don't get the magazine, if you just want to purchase the pattern, we have that available as well. So I just wanted to share that with you. I feel like there was something else I was going to say about it, so check my notes real quick. No, that was it. And I think I already said, but these are fat eighths. So a fat eighth is 9 inches wide by 22 inches long. So just to give you an idea of what size these are. Oh, I also wanted to tell you how much they are. And the background bundle is going to be $19.99. And there are 12 fabrics in this. And then the color bundle is going to be $30.49. And we don't know how many there are in this because we forgot to count them. So a bunch. More than 12. But I don't know how many. But as I said, if you bought 2 of these, you'd have everything you need for the colors. Buy 2 of these, you have everything you need for the backgrounds. Or just use your stash. That would be fun too. So I hope some of you consider it because I think it's going to be a really fun sew along. All right, that's all I had. Irene, do you want to come and talk about our item of the week?
Sure.
Okay.
I also want to talk about my cat.
Oh, yes.
Okay, I call these my carrots. They're not really my carrots. But are they not? Ooh, I thought I dropped them. Are they not absolutely adorable? I mean, they are so cool. And they're long. Ooh, crap. They're long. Now, you may wonder why I'm holding carrots. Well, I'm holding carrots because my dear lovely friend Brenda made these. She found the pattern and she made them. And she was wondering if anybody would be interested. It's not, it's more of a crafty thing. Okay?
Carrie says those are freaking adorable.
Of course they are, Carrie. Aren't they adorable? So she wants to know if anybody would be interested in a class before Easter. Because technically our next group comes out in May. So, we need to get this in before that if you are interested. So what I want you to do is comment, call, text, email, whatever that you are interested, and let me know if you need day or evening. Because if Carrie Standish is interested, she needs evening. So, she showed me a picture. She can do both. So we just need to know. Did we lose everybody?
Are we still here? Ask if we're still here.
Brenda, are we still here?
No, you're.
Are we paused? We may be paused.
Okay, now you're back.
We're back. Okay, that was because Jacob called. Not my Jacob, her Jacob, but they're pretty much interchangeable. And so like I said, I heard voices in my head, and it's not the normal voices. So hopefully we're back on and you're back with us and we didn't confuse you. But anyway, just in case you lost any of that, let us know. Do you need evening? Do you need daytime? And if you're interested. But I'm not kidding. These are absolutely adorable, and they'd be a great They'd be a great You can twirl them too. Great decoration. But she showed me a picture, and this is 10 times better than the picture. 10 times better. So let us know. Okay. All right. Put my carrots down. They're just so pretty here. We'll arrange them here. There. I'm not a decorator. Okay. That's my sister Donna. All right. Item of the week is a book. And we all love books. And we don't have the book here because I left mine home. But it is Scrap School. Okay? And again, we're on this scrap thing that we're going with. We've had so many people tell us that they want to start using up their stash. I should have started quite a few years ago, but I'm working on it. And so we have this book. It's called Scrap School. And surprise, surprise, they're all patterns that you can use your scraps. It's the way it works. So it's normally $27.99. So we are going to sell it for $20.99. Okay, so if you're at all interested in Scrap School, it's pre-sale only, and you will go onto the website or call us and we'll put it on a card, or stop in and see us before next week. Actually, I lied. Before Sunday at midnight. Now, I got news for you. I'm not here Sunday at midnight. So, strange. So, I'm not here Sunday at all. So, you need to do this if you want to come in person, either today, tomorrow, or Saturday, or get online and order it by Sunday at midnight. Okay? $20.99 for a book. It's awesome. I'm very excited. There are 12 patterns in here. 12 for $20.99. That's pretty darn good. Okay? All right. Where are we at, my dear? I don't know what we're doing. I'm just killing time. I think we're getting ready for 3. Oh, no, we're not. Do we want to do 3, 2, 1 before Frenzies? Or after?
Let's do it last.
What?
We'll do the frenzies last.
Okay.
I just said 2 different things.
We're like I said, total discombobulation today.
All right, let's do the fabric frenzies.
Okay, we're going to do fabric frenzies. Let me grab them. And again, we apologize. We were going to do this last night, only a lot more of them. But we decided, since we had to bail because of the weather, I don't know about you, but I didn't like hearing all that ice on my window. So, since we bailed, we will do 4 of them for you. Now, this time, the numbers mean nothing, okay? We used to do them in order. No, we're not doing it. But they still have numbers, so we know which one you want. So you can comment on this, and we will need you to pay at some point. Hang on. When are we paying? Are we picking up before next?
I'm sorry, I was looking at comments. I have no idea what you're talking about.
Okay, when would you like these to be picked up and paid for? Give them a deadline of a week?
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
So by a week from today, before our next Facebook Live, you need to have paid and purchased. Now, we will go in the order that you comment. So if you want some, tell us which one it is. FF3, FF, whatever. And again, the numbers don't go in order. And tell us how many yards you want. And we will go in the order of the comments. Okay, so if it runs out, it runs out. Most of these have quite a bit. So the other thing is, if you want it for backing, tell us rest of the bolt. Okay? All right. FF3 is $7. And again, I know we didn't do 1 or 2. But this one is $7. And we have, I don't know what we have, approximately 8.5 if no one has purchased it since inventory. I love it. It's really, to be perfectly honest, I've never seen this before until I went to grab them. Tara let me pick.
It's a very mint green.
It's a minty green with like a hashtag type bubbles. I seriously have never seen that here. I'm losing my mind. But anyway. All right, so that's FF3. That was $7 a yard. This one is FF11. It is $8 a yard. So FF11. And both Brenda and I are amazed that this is still here because I just can't decide what I want to do with it. But I'll tell you, it would make an amazing stack and whack. An amazing stack and whack. Might even do an awesome 1 block wonder. Because you got enough colors. You got some background, but not too much, so you'd end up with open spaces. And chenille pillow would be gorgeous. Or scarf. And it's metallic. There's a little bit of metallic shine to it. So that's why I think a pillow. Actually, all of the above. If I didn't have 3 stack and wax waiting to be put together, I would buy it. All right. Again, numbers mean nothing here. We just grabbed 4 tickets. This one is FF4, and it is also $8 a yard. We're going to end with 2. We only have 4 of them. We're going to end with 2 batiks. And I love this one. It's a beautiful shades of pink with some charcoal in there. Also goes to a little dark charcoal. I don't think it's black. It might be black. But a little orange in there. It's very pretty. Very, very, very pretty. So that is $8 a yard. And it is FF4. I thought so. Just couldn't remember. And our last one for today is FF15. We got to jump to the end there. This one is $9 a yard. Okay? And this is I love fern patterns. I don't know about you, but I love fern patterns. And this is a brown. And then the ferns are cream in some spots, a little bit lighter in other spots. So it's got a bit of movement to it.
This is a nice cool brown.
Yes, it's not a dark brown. It's a very cool brown. And I love that one too. I don't know why these don't. I'm amazed they survive while I'm here. Oh, it's because I'm so busy. That's why. All right. That's it for our fabric frenzies.
These are in the store, not online.
These are in store. They are not online. So if you want us to save some for you and you're trying to find them online, they're not there. This is just an in-store thing. You can call us and you can comment how much you want and we'll save it for you, but you're not going to find it online. Okay? We just gave you a taste because we weren't able to do it last night. All right. I'm going to hand everything over to Miss Tara.
Voila. All right.
And where are those 3, 2, 1 things?
I got one. Oh, 3 is
Goodness.
right there.
Okay.
And 2.
Okay. Irene is going to get something. So last week we introduced a closing. Did we get the pattern? A closing tradition where we're going to do 3, 2, 1, and we're going to close with that. But first, we're going to reveal who the comment winner is. We didn't talk about this, but we talk about it every other Thursday, and we've had a whole bunch of comments today. Thank you, ladies. By the way, regarding some of the comments, I have not figured out how to reliably turn off my phone from being able to receive messages. I have tried putting it on Do Not Disturb, and it still gets disturbed. So in the middle of this recording, the phone rang, and that caused us to freeze for a little bit. From what we can see, Brenda's able to see us. So if you, I feel dumb saying this because if you're not here, you're not going to hear me. But if you hear from someone who says, oh, it froze and I had to leave, it should be fine in the replay. I think that it'll be frozen for a little bit, but then we'll come right back. So my apologies for that. But anyway, the comment winner this time is not, in fact, Barb Navarra. Sorry, Barb. But it is Amy Seaman. And Amy, you are going to win the set of 3 nail files, which are very pretty. And you can use those for your nails, or you can use them for your rotary cutting rulers. If you get a little burr on your cutting ruler. And the reason I'm chuckling is because Irene just came in. By the way, Amy, you can come pick these up whenever you want to. Irene just came in, and we do not have the pattern that we were going to show you for the last one left because it was the last one and I lost it. So Irene's looking, but if we don't find it, it's going to be on the website. But we're going to show you the 3, 2, 1 anyway. So who's ready? I am. I can hear you all thinking that. All right, so this is going to be our 3 item. Irene, it's okay if you don't find it. This is going to be our 3 item. And we thought that this would be a fun one to do because St. Patrick's Day is coming and these look like little shamrocks. So this is going to be, this is from the Wild Iris line. I know that you've seen it here before, but we had a bunch of this left. I don't know why. I think we over-ordered this one. But this is going to be $3 per yard while supplies last. So it's up on the website at $3 per yard, and it's going to be in the shop at $3 per yard until we run out, and then it'll be gone. So there's our 3. We also have a number 2, which is our seam rippers that Irene demoed. She called them the Jaws of Life. They're actually called the Kai seam ripper. And we only have 2 of these left. These are normally $5.99, and I think that we have them up for $2. So there's those, and you already saw how those work. And then Irene found it. So this is our number 1 thing. We only have 1 of these. This is called a slice rug. It works out to be 18 inches by 31 inches. The required materials are 1 jelly roll and some of that Katahdin by Bosel, 2.5 inch cotton batting strips. And it goes together in a similar fashion as the jelly roll rugs that we've done, but these are straight. So we only have 1 of these. And it also needs, it doesn't even say that you need the sasher. Is that what it's called?
Yeah.
But the sasher would work really well, and we have those here too. So this is so pretty. I love this. We also have some fabrics that are similar to this. These look a lot like our flannels. These look a lot like our flannels. So, and that is regularly $14.59, and I think we listed it for $7. So there you go, folks. Thank you for staying with us, and hopefully if you lost us during the phone call, you found us back, and if you aren't watching live, thank you for coming and looking at our video. We really appreciate it, and we hope you learned some things and got some good inspiration. Looks like, oh no, Brenda doesn't have a question. So we are going to, yes, I did do the one. Amy Seaman one. So we are going to see you later, and thank you for joining us, and we'll see you soon. Bye-bye.